Here we have Minxzluckystarfyre, such a cute name for him. So we call him Minx, and this is a really big-bodied, he has just chunked out in the last year. 16 one hand, actually, he sticks a little bit over 16 one hands, but that's the closest number. 16 one hand, 5-year-old thoroughbred gelding by Made from Lucky. And so Minx is just an absolutely adorable plumpkin of a chest nugget. And I got him when shortly after he came off the track last winter. He last raced in December of 2024, and I got him from my friend Jody a couple of weeks after that. And I actually took him to Aiken with me last year, and he was fantastic, and I did all kinds of fun stuff with him in Aiken, and he really impressed the hell out of me. He was such a good boy the whole time. Anyway, when we got back from Aiken, he vetted great, and he went to a really nice amateur in Texas, and she's just had some life circumstance changes, and so he is back with me to find his next human. I'm very happy to have him back because he's just such a cute, lovable horse. So Minx has been off the track for well over a year, and he has certainly been ridden, and he's very dependable in the sense that he's super quiet, he has a great brain. You never have to be concerned about getting on this horse, no matter the weather, how much time he's had off, whatever the circumstances are, he's very dependable. But he's not been in any sort of strict program, so he still feels like a young green horse. So hopefully this is making sense to everybody listening. He's still what I would consider to be a young green horse who needs an education and needs miles. However, that being said, he actually reminds me a lot of another horse I have in the barn right now, Cardinal. They both just have exceptionally quiet, easygoing brains. So you just never have to worry about swinging a leg over these horses. And honestly, the hardest thing about riding them is just keeping them going. So really nice, simple young horse. He's absolutely adorable. He has the cutest face. He's got his stockings in the back and all the things. He is so darn chunky. I remember him as being thicker when I had him last year, but oh my goodness, he looks like he's put on hundreds of pounds. He is just such a chunk right now, but totally adorable. So anyway, Minx, I'll tell you what's ironic about this horse. When I had Minx last year, my friend Jody had checked him out in the field with some other horses after his last start while he was waiting to come to me. And he had lost his right front shoe. And unfortunately, no one noticed, which is not a really big deal, except that the foot got all chipped up. And so when I got him, he was sore on it and the foot had kind of fallen apart. So he had to have glue-ons on while that righted itself. And so that was the whole thing when I had him the first time. The right front foot had sort of had its issues. And so that was like the foot that I was watching and needed all the help and blah, blah, blah. Well, the right front foot now looks amazing. He's in regular steel shoes, but of course you'll notice that we have a hoof boot on him on his left front. He lost a shoe the other day. He's due anyway. I mean, his feet were long, the shoes are loose. It's not bizarre that he lost the shoe, but it just cracks me up because I'm sure he's a little bit sore now on the left front from losing it. Plus, he came from nice southern weather where I'm sure the ground is a lot nicer than it is here. So now he's turned out with 7 and Tex on hard, icy snow, and the footing is terrible. So, of course, he lost his shoe on hard, icy snow. And I've got the boot on him, and he looks fine and he feels fine. But it's just funny. I'm glad it's not the right front again. The right front looks amazing. He did not chip up the left front. The foot's totally fine, but it just cracks me up that sometimes these thoroughbred feet, it just goes around. So yes, it looks a little bizarre that we're riding him in the boot. Unfortunately, he came right after my farrier came last week, and my farrier is coming tomorrow, but I'm not exactly sure what time, and I have a busy day with the vet and this, that, and the other thing. And then the weekend weather looks absolutely unrideable. So it was kind of like, well, put the boot on and ride him today and get this video, or wait until sometime next week. So I just thought it wouldn't be hurting him any to do a little flat ride with the boot on. And he felt totally fine. So anyway, Minx is a very simple horse. I've got him in the Hermspringer Duo. He's soft, he's light, he wants to make a very round shape all on his own. He's still a little bit wiggly, but I do think that the biggest thing with him is just that he's not going to work harder than you're going to make him work. So in the canter, I actually feel like I have him going forward, like I'm overcompensating with forwardness in the canter, because when I wasn't pressing him on, he was wanting to break out of the canter, of course, because he's a little bit of a lazy horse. So he's kind of got to find that middle ground where he's responsible for maintaining the canter, and we get to slow the tempo down a little bit without worry of him breaking out of the canter. So he's a green horse sort of in those regards, but he's a very steady Eddie, dependable type of soul. And he's absolutely one of those horses where you can drop the reins and ride around on the buckle. He is incredibly sweet to work with on the ground and on his back. Super personable, very spoiled, but polite about it. I don't have any issues with his spoiledness. Very much in your pocket, wants to talk to you all the time, and he's just cute as a button. Something about these chest nuggets, I'm such a sucker for them. So really sweet horse for somebody who wants something that's quiet and you know you can get on safely every single time.